want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. President Biden on Thursday pardoned thousands of people convicted of marijuana possession under federal law and stated that his administration would review whether marijuana should still be in the same legal category as drugs like heroin and LSD. The pardons will clear everyone convicted on federal charges of simple possession since it became a crime in the 1970s. Officials have stated that full data was not available, but noted that at least 6,500 people were convicted of simple possession between 1992 and 2021, counting legal permanent residents. The pardons will also affect people who are convicted under District of Columbia drug laws. Officials estimate that number to be in the thousands. The pardons will not apply to people convicted of selling or distributing marijuana, and officials have stated that there are no people now serving time in federal prison solely for marijuana possession. But the move will help remove obstacles for people trying to get a job, find housing, apply to college, or get federal benefits. President Biden urged governors to follow his lead for people convicted on state charges of simple possession, who vastly outnumber those charged under federal law. Still, the president's actions will come about a month before the midterm elections and could help energize Democratic support, represent a fundamental change in America's response to a drug that has been at the center of a clash between cultural and policing for more than half a century. Quote, sending people to jail for possessing marijuana has upended too many lives for conduct that is legal in many states. That's before you address the clear racial disparities around prosecution and conviction. Today, we begin to right these wrongs. In a video, he also added, while white and black and brown people use marijuana at similar rates, black and brown people are arrested, prosecuted, and convicted at disproportionately higher rates. President Biden stopped short for calling for the complete decriminalization of marijuana, which is something that Congress would have to do. But he stated on Twitter that the federal government still needs, quote, important limitations on trafficking, marketing, and underage sales of marijuana, and were part of a long evolution of criminal justice for President Biden, who helped pass a string of laws during his 36 years in the Senate that laid the groundwork for mass incarceration. He apologized on the campaign trail for portions of one of more aggressive measures he had championed, the 1994 crime bill, and he campaigned on providing more leniency to nonviolent drug offenders. The pardon moves the federal government more in line with the position taken by the state governments, which has already reduced or eliminated the criminal punishments for simple possession of marijuana, punishments that, for decades, have sent people to prison. So I just want people to know before people start cheering, oh yeah, Joe Biden's doing it. We told you. No, Joe is doing this because it is about that time, to try to get those votes back in order. And, you have people trying to pull out the stops. Now, the question that people would have to ask is this: why is it that Joe Biden didn't decide to do this when he first got into office? When he was passing out all this money and making all of these laws for all of these the people out here, why is it that Joe Biden decided at the very last minute that this is something that he wanted to do? Whatever happened to Ice Cube's, what was it, the platinum plan that he had for Black America, that black people were really trying to clown him on and get down on him about and say that he was a sellout and this, that, and the third? How come Joe Biden didn't, take a gander at that? I mean, if you're really trying to get the black vote, you're really trying to pander to black people and trying to get into office again, I would think that you would want to go to Ice Cube at this moment in time and you want to tote that whole thing and you want to put it to the very forefront of everything else. Because if we're going back from when all of this started, the quote unquote war on drugs, it's too little too late. You've already disrupted the community, the black community. You've already disrupted the black household. You've already disrupted the education system. You've disrupted every single thing that deals with black life. You've taken a whole bunch of fathers directly out of the home, whole bunch of brothers, whole bunch of uncles, whole bunch of grandfathers. You took away a whole bunch of men that could have leveled out the playing field that we have at this moment in time dealing with the black community. But y'all felt that it was for the greater good because you guys had a war on drugs when realistically it was a war on the black family, the black household, the black man, and the young black boys that were out there during that time. Like I said, you know, you made a killing, and you made sure that you wanted to lock up as many as possible to, create a variety of situations where the easiest choice would be to more than likely sell some type of narcotic in order to put food directly on the table, to potentially risk your life because the government was like, hey, we're going to start taking jobs out of the black community. We're going to start taking out trade schools. We're going to start making the education system crap. And like I said, the plan that y'all had, it was a very great and well thought out plan, and it worked to a T. But now you're pandering to the exact same people that you locked up. Isn't that amazing? And isn't it also amazing that at this moment in time, you guys are having an even harder time to get this generation to also sign up to be a part of the military? Mm, isn't that quite a coincidence? You're going to release people, you're going to pardon them, and you're going to make sure that they're going to be able to do every single thing that everybody else is able to do, including sign up for the military. Look at that. And I'm pretty sure you're going to make sure that they sign up for the military. Why? Because, they really don't have a job history. So, how is it that they're going to be able to go out in the job force after being locked up for maybe, let's say, 5, 10, 15, 20 years? And them not having the proper education or work experience in order to fight for a job or in order to challenge anybody for a position for a job. So what would be the end result of that? Well, you can sign up for the military. We'll educate you. We'll, bring you up to snuff, and you're just going to be on contract with us yet again after you just came out of prison for a free contract that you didn't even really sign for, and you're going to make a legal bonding black and white contract for us for a certain amount of years, and we're probably going to put you in a worse potential positions so that we realistically don't have to pay you or your family, and yada yada yada. So yet again, here we go. So, like I said before, black people don't start cheering. Don't start cheering because this is exactly how they try to sit up there and get you. They'll do some things like this, and then they'll turn around and be like, hey, look at what I did for the blacks. Give me that vote. So, like I said, don't be too surprised. Don't be too surprised. And then on top of that, we don't even know all of the people that are actually demographically speaking. We don't even know all of the people that are going to be released. They're just talking in general. They listed a whole bunch of things in general, but they didn't specifically state the people that they were primarily going to be releasing first. But hey, it is what it is. Go vote for who you want.